Hello and welcome back to the Rigged Recap, where I'm joined by my co-host all season long, Kayla Says.
Hi everybody, how's it going? How we doing?
We're doing okay.
Real. But we're doing great because we are joined by a wonderful, special, fantastic guest. Drag Duel's own Transjenifahs Gawdy. Welcome to the pod.
Oh my god, Transjenifah, you're so sexy. Oh my god, Oh my god, hey guys. Thanks for having me. So excited to take a break from transitioning our youth forcibly to be on this podcast. It's going to be a good time.
And we're getting a live performance of her parody song. I can't say the name of it, but...
No, Derek, say it. I want you to say it. You get a pass just for this once.
Nice try, bitch. Transjenifah, you are hot off of your season of Drag Duel, our runner-up. I think the main character of the season. I think that's a pretty... Everyone is basically like, she's the main character. How are you feeling now?
Found me?
It's, well...
I'm just kidding.
How are you feeling now that everything is like over and done with? The finale's out. You can rest. The trauma's over.
That is the main thing, I think. I can rest. I'm finally sleeping again. I forgot what it felt like to get full nights of sleep without anxiety dreams about this competition and Derek's Bob just attacking me in the night. So it feels really, really good. Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Honestly, I'm still a crazy person and I'm still like doing the most always. So I'm always trying to challenge my drag and my art, but at least now I can do it like in my own time frame and not with other people needing me to submit stuff.
That's a lie, because we literally talked about how you're doing another comp right before the recording.
Why you gotta air me out? No, why you gotta air? But if you're in PDX, if you are in the Portland area, come out. Okay, CC Slaughters every Saturday. Yes, no, I am competing in a local competition this time though, and it will be fun. And it's also weekly, so I get less time. But I already have a whole package from Drag Duel I can show off. So
you're gonna reuse an outfit.
Oh my god.
Outfit repeater.
If you're listening to this, don't come out, actually. You didn't see anything from Drag Duel.
Well, this comp will be more fun because you're not being tortured by Derek.
Exactly.
Has doing Drag Duel, Transjenifah, changed the way that you watch Drag Race?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I feel for them more, but I also feel for them less in the same way. I'm like, this shit's hard, but also like, you are on the world stage. Come on, get it together. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword, but I feel for them a lot more, and I feel for a lot of like just like saying stuff and not even like knowing what you're saying, and then watching it back and being like, oh my god, those are words that came out of my mouth and they have an impact. You know? So those are things too, you know, that I've considered since.
Yeah, which leads us into, I think, our daily discourse topic, speaking of saying things in front of a camera. So we do a little segment called Daily Discourse before we get into the episode, where we talk about controversial things going on in the Drag Race sphere. And today we're talking about a Drag Race companion show called The Pit Stop. That is being hosted by Bianca Del Rio. Currently, it's usually hosted by like a different rotating queen each season. I think last season they had Monet, right? I'm pretty sure. And this season of The Pit Stop is a bit controversial, I guess, because of the guests that they're booking. The first episode they had Plastique Tiara, who I thought was okay. I watched The Pit Stop in preparation for, like, I don't usually watch it, but for this discourse segment, I was like, okay, let me see what everybody's talking about. So I watched Plastique. I thought she was like, okay. Bianca can volley with everyone, but it's like, you know, if you're gonna have like a talk show about Drag Race, I feel like there are certain queens who you would go to for that maybe aren't being called necessarily. And episode 2 was Marsha from season 15. And Derek was the first person to put me on to this episode because she was basically very quiet and not giving a ton of personality. The comments have been a little crazy and critical, and I do feel bad because I do think Marsha's very talented, but it also, I think, calls into question, like, why is the pit stop like this? Why are we not picking better guests? Is that right, Derek? Did I get everything? I think I got everything.
Can we do a little bit of role play? Can you pretend to be Bianca and ask me a question, and I'll be Marsha?
Okay. Marsha, how did you feel about this week's episode?
Well, I just thought that the girls were all so sweet. It was fine. I had fun. That was the episode. And it was so, I love Marsha. I love Marsha. She's literally on fucking Broadway. Like, she is bigger than Drag Race. You know what I mean? Like, she is doing her own shit. She doesn't need the show. So I understand where she's coming from, because she posted on her story a response that was basically like, fuck these fans. This is why I don't interact with this fandom. You're all pieces of shit. You're so miserable, and I'm gonna go be happy doing something else.
Well, yes, we were.
I will say it's funny that you say that, because I listened to Bob and Monet's podcast too, and Monet was like, "Oh yeah, like they didn't have me back on the pit stop, and like they're being way nicer this year. Like they're trying to." So I wonder if it's like a production push for them to just maybe like be nicer, be kinder, you know, cut all of the meaner things they're trying to say
by having Bianca there.
Well, yes, but you know, I feel like Bianca says it in a way that is funny, whereas when other girls critique, it maybe feels more serious. But I agree with that. I'm watching the pit stop too, obviously, because I am gay, and I have also thought it's just been like not boring, but it's just been kind of like, you know, they're just saying what has happened, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I want to give you all these opinions, the real tea, the dirt of it all, you know, and they're not getting dirty for sure.
Well, and I feel like for someone like Marsha, who got dogged a little bit on her season, but like was pretty well liked and like went out in like a great lip sync. Like, she's gotten a lot of love from the fandom since. Mm-hmm. So this might be like her first huge like hit with the fandom where they're like, what the fuck is this bitch? I haven't, and I'm not on Twitter, which I'm sure is probably way worse. I haven't seen anything like, oh, Marsha sucks. Marsha should quit drag. Marsha's ugly. It's like, Marsha, where's the personality? You're on a TV show. Give us something. It's more of a critique of like her performance on the pit stop rather than like her as a drag artist in general. So I think maybe like her response was a little bit overblown, but at the same time, like when every comment on that video is a joke of some sort about how boring she is, I'm sure that does not feel great.
Do we think that there is an oversaturation problem with like Drag Race companion media? I say on my Drag Race review podcast that I co-host. But in terms of like stuff that's officially produced by the show, like it's What You Packin'. Anya has a new show where she's
hello.
Yeah, she's like
fashion photo review.
Like, do we think that maybe it's just too much at this point? And also like it's gotten to the point where like it feels like everybody hosting can't really give their real opinions.
I am gay once again. I know I said it, controversial opinion. I'm a gay person. I love it. And I love all the recap shows. I don't think there is enough. I love getting to know everyone's opinion, but I'm also somebody that like puts it on in the background when I'm crafting, and I'm not like always just paying attention to or sitting down to watch it. It's definitely like a background show for me. So in that sense, I'm like, I enjoy hearing, you know, more tea about it. But also I will say that when it comes from production sponsored, you know, shows, they are less real, and those are less interesting to me than like the real shows of people just giving their opinions like this. So I don't know.
I also think that Pit Stop has been getting, I think the last 2 seasons with Monet, you know, she's gotten a lot of flack as a host, and so the pit stop in general has been under a lot of scrutiny. So for, you know, the first guest to be fine but nothing crazy. I mean, Plastique was just a lot of like facial expressions and less like jokes and like punchlines. And for the second one to be kind of a dud, like I think it's just people are already over the show a little bit, and it doesn't take much to like kind of tip it over the edge.
No, I get what you're saying. I agree. I think I used to like the pit stop a lot more, and I kind of fell out with it a bit. I do think Bianca's a great host. I'm a Bianca fan, always been a Bianca fan. And I think she can kind of get something out of everybody, and I feel bad that they keep throwing her like these big challenges, you know what I mean? But it just goes to show that if you're gonna be on, I don't know, a podcast, don't be afraid to get a little crazy. They can always rein you in. Editors can always rein you in.
Yes.
Not that Derek needed to rein Transjenifahs in at any point, because we loved all of her iconic rants as they were.
And the unedited crash outs are on our Patreon.
And we love them. We love them so much. But that has been your Daily Discourse segment for today. Derek, we have an episode to talk about.
We do. Transjenifah, I'm curious. What were your thoughts on the season with the premiere, with the preseason? Like, where were you at with this season going into this episode? Are you a fan so far?
So personally, for me, para me, okay, I was maybe not the most excited for this season, just because I feel like Drag Race is looked at as like the gold standard, the Olympics of drag. And so my barometer for like what I want to see on Drag Race is like drag that I don't think I could do. And I feel like from what I've seen so far in this season, it is a lot of drag I feel like I could maybe do. And so it's a little not disappointing because I'm sure they're great entertainers and hosts and like they have a lot of skills outside of just like looks. But I will say it's been a little like I'm interested to see what else they have. So it's been a curve for me.
Not to be that person, but like compare like the drag duel ball the Met Gala to like the first design challenge and like most of the looks.
Well, yes.
You know.
And like I will say, granted, we like had time at home, but if you ask any of the people on there, like the time we spent on it, I only spent 10 hours on my Met Gala look. That is like 1 hour more than they are given. So like I wouldn't have painted a few more flowers, girl. So it's funny. I definitely think the girls are not seamstresses. That's okay though. That's okay though.
And I don't think they're recording artists either.
I think I've seen a lot of like people are either living so far or they're like not living. I feel like I'm living, like I'm having fun watching the episodes, but I will say that like not many people have stood out yet as like, oh, this is a bitch to watch.
Yeah, I really liked episode 1, and then I was like, okay, the seamstress quality is not there the way it was in season 17, because in season 17 they were making some crazy shit, and I was like, okay, like maybe this is more of like a performance heavy, like they're bringing the TV, like I like that they're a little messy, I like that they're a little more seasoned and confident, and that's been fun. This girl group challenge was something. I have thoughts. I have many thoughts, as usual. But...
We will get there. The episode starts. Nobody went home the previous episode, so we still have an entire cast of 14 bitches who are all going to be doing this challenge. And I will say, I'm so happy they didn't do 2 groups. When I feel like when there's like 7 in each group, it's like everyone gets lost. But like 3 groups, I feel like everyone had their moment. I could how do you say that? I could distinguish everybody in the groups.
Yeah, and the picking of the groups was fun too because it caused problems.
Athena Dion, our main character of the season, is not chosen and is so mad about it.
My opinions of her have changed a bit.
Why don't you tell us, Kayla?
Okay. I'm sure. Listen. She's gorgeous. She is beautiful. You know, she's the queen of Mykonos, of Greece, of whatever. And I was excited because I was like, okay, she's bringing some like really polished, like seasoned energy. She's been here. She knows what she's about. I just hate watching people get on reality TV and start like processing their reputation in real time and like crumbling under the pressure and weight of expectations that they set for themselves. It is really uncomfortable to watch because you can just tell that every move she's making this entire episode, which leads to her own downfall, is calculated based on how she like is thinking about like how everyone who knows her is watching her at home, how the audience is perceiving her for the first time. And it's like, I don't know, if you get thrown like a curveball, like you're like, oh, I'm in this like unworkable group with like bitches who can't move. Like, I don't know, make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel bad is my thing. That's just me though.
To me, it feels like a lot of people told her she was going to be the Sasha Colby of the season before she got there, but she's not as famous as Sasha Colby.
Or as talented. No shade. No shade. I love her and I love drag. But yeah, no, she definitely, you can tell she is getting in her head, unfortunately, which is sad because she is that diva. Like, she really could be that girl if she was not just so in her mental. Poor girl.
Yeah.
Do you think having Juicy there is making it like harder for her because she's being directly compared to like her daughter?
Oh yeah, and I think she knows that Juicy has a reputation that maybe even precedes her own, with Juicy being so viral online and all of her like famous dancing clips. And she knows if they're on the same season together, they're gonna have to lip sync against each other eventually, right? So, I mean, maybe she's just praying for a ballad, but I know she's thinking about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that we have Mother Goddess Queen herself, Vita Von T-Star, because when Athena is being like a little aggro, like she's like, why didn't anyone pick me? I want this song. Give me this song. Vita will throw it right back at her. She's like, bitch, I'm not going to just take this. And not everyone is going to be able to stand up to someone with such a reputation like Athena. And Vita, thank God, is willing to, because that was so entertaining, them choosing the songs.
Absolutely. And I feel like Vita can also back it up. Like Vita also has like the experience and the prestige that Athena has. And so she can tell Athena like, bitch, you're an extra, shut up, you know, and it won't come off as like delusional or mean. Whereas I feel like if any other girl did that, it might be like, girl, who are you saying that to?
Yeah, I like that they all got really like heated over the song and genre picking. I was like, oh my God, this is this is so much. I love Vita. Every episode endears me to her more. I love her so much. She's so great.
Same. She was like right outside my preseason top 4, but she is now in my top 4, like fully.
Icon.
So yeah, obsessed with her. I hated her promo look, and that is coming from someone who is now a mutual of hers. Okay, but every single look I've seen other than that promo look, I've been like, oh, you are the one. You are that girl.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
So they're choosing between 3 different types of songs. We have there. I thought we were gonna do like a K-pop thing because it was like Q-pop, but like no, it was like a Wham song, a Runaway song, and what was the last one?
Sylvester,
a disco funk Sylvester song. Trans, which one would you have wanted the most? Like, which one would you have been fighting and clawing for?
Okay, not to be Discord Adams, but being an alt diva, I probably would have wanted the punk one. I love punk, and I love how Discord's sneaky little self got in there when the choosing happened. So punk would definitely be my jam. But I feel like all of them you can make work. Like, it's Drag Race. It's not like they're asking you to, you know, do a concerto. It's campy. It's funny. You know all of the genres. So I don't think there would be any I'd be too, like, I need this one over that one. But punk is funny.
I'm surprised that so many people were fighting over the disco one because RuPaul loves disco and it's probably like the genre that he like has, you know, most, I don't know, familiarity with and like can pick up on those references. And so when I was watching it, I was like, I'm surprised that they're fighting over this because I wouldn't want to do that one because like, I don't know, RuPaul loves disco. You know what I mean? That's like when Bianca picked Judge Judy and RuPaul was like, I love Judge Judy. I watch her every day. And Bianca was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's crazy. So I don't know. I'm a little surprised. And as we saw, it went a certain way. It definitely backfired a bit.
I'm also surprised because it was like by far the worst of the songs. Like, it was like not good. And like, if I were there listening to the 3 songs, I'd be like, well, clearly I don't want this one because these 2 are so much better. There's so much more you can do with them.
Can I just also say, like, I think that season 16 really nailed the girl group challenge in the sense that they were like, okay, remix a RuPaul song and be cunty. There is no theme, there is no like genre difference. You still get to like have the battle with like what song you're picking, but you don't have to like fit into a character and aesthetic. You just go and you write a cunty verse about yourself and you do some cunty choreography. This I preferred less because I felt like the way that all these songs were produced, like a little corny. I don't know. It's like I was like, it's all these flows are a little corny. I just think the themes are a little bit like I want cunty. I don't want like cheesy, like I don't know, hokey variety hour. And I feel like that's what I got with these songs. So next time they do this, they should do RuPaul remixes. That's my take.
That's the thing is like the RuPaul songs are actually good songs you want to listen to, whereas the Drag Race songs, it's like they're intentionally, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but they're very corny. They are very like, you know, they have a pattern to them that is very predictable. And so it gets a little boring when divas don't know what to do with that or don't know how to shake outside of that box.
Yeah.
But I also feel like some of the songs we've gotten in the past are amazing. Like, what was the All-Stars for? Don't Funk It Up. And Everybody Say Love, like those are like good songs that like I would like I do listen to. Like, they're good. They have a synth beat. They have like all of this stuff. They're actually songs you would want to listen to. This sounded like AI generated, and that's why we need Leland. Leland would not stand for this.
Yeah, I agree. It did sound a little like paint by numbers cookie cutter. That's why I feel bad that I feel like they were almost limited by like what they could do with their verses just by virtue of like how they were produced. And I was just like, Like, I felt very like going back to the season 16 comparison. The first girl group challenge that they did was like, you know, them being cunty and singing about themselves, and then they did that like power anthem challenge later on in the season that sucked because they all were like, "You should vote, don't stand against hate," and it's like, and that's what most of these verses were, and I was like, "Fuck, like this sucks," you know?
Which group, like based on like the people who were in the group, would you have wanted to be in? Like, which group do you think you could have like slayed the best with?
Ooh.
I feel like Vita's group was the group I was looking at to be like, oh, I like all these divas. I feel like all of you would do well. And so yeah, not just because it was punk. I also like the punk. But I think Vita, like, there's that whole team had a good vibe.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like, so Vita and Nini Coco as the two like top two from the previous week, they got to choose the teams, and it truly was the leftovers for the other group, like minus Athena, who like they just didn't want to work with. Like everyone who has been mentioned is like in the preseason, I could see them being an early out, I could see them being a first out. Those are the other three divas on the team with her,
and they kind of proved why during the
it's just, it sucks because like obviously they're starting off like with a disadvantage. But we saw on season 16 that Nymphia and Megami and Maya, like that was the group that no one wanted, and they slayed it and won the whole challenge.
They did not this time around.
No, they didn't. Do you feel like Athena gets it? Is she playing a part, or do you think that she truly is like gagged that she wasn't chosen?
I think she's truly gagged. I think if she was like smarter about the reality TV of it all, she would not be so susceptible to week 1, like, or week 2 feeling so hurt by this. I'm like, girl, if it was like towards the end of the season and no one was picking you, sure. But like, these girls don't know you. They've known you for like hours now. Come on. So I do think she's just in her head, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do think she gets a lot of comparisons to Alexis Michelle, like just vibes wise, but it's also like I just think back to that moment of Alexis Michelle being like, "Hey, why did nobody tell me my outfit sucked?" And it's like, that's not our job. You know what I mean? Like, it's not our job to like be like uplifting you. You know, you have to have a bit of your own like delusional confidence to do that. But her delusion is like it's not even confidence, it's like delusional, like everyone's out to get me, which is like the worst combo you can have on Drag Race, I fear.
She's like a mixture of Alexis Michelle and like Nina Bonina.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah, it's like nobody likes me and everyone's out to sabotage me. Horrible mentality to go into RuPaul's Drag Race with, but
it almost feels like she came in thinking that like, oh, everyone is going to want to work with me. Everyone's going to be jealous of me. Everyone's going to be like, looking at me. It's like number one competition. And like, really, they're just like, bitch, you're great in Florida, but what are you doing here?
And I think that's the thing, is so many girls are from Florida. And so many girls maybe are like gassing her head up like, oh, I know you. You're that girl this season, you know? And so she's like, wait, if I'm that girl, why is no one picking me?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hope she gets out of her head because I do think she's very fierce. And I think like, you know, her reputation obviously precedes her. I feel bad when queens just kind of go in like defeating themselves. It's like, why? Like, it's a clean slate. You should view it as like a clean slate when you come in. Like, I get it. If you're like a Sasha Colby and you have like a big reputation coming in and everybody knows, like, I get it. But it's also like Sasha didn't let that. She just came and she was like, okay, I'm gonna do what's required of me for every challenge, and that's it. And she won. You know, like she didn't. Not once was she like, I am the shit back home, and so everyone has to like, you know, treat me a certain way. Like, she just played the game. And that's all you have to do.
Humble.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. I don't know.
Trans, you got to open for Sasha Colby.
God.
You got to see her like IRL, like power.
No, literally smelled her smells, felt her sweat. Yeah, no, it was incredible. She is just as down to earth, just as much of a real bitch as she is online. I'm obsessed with her. Literally in between like each of her numbers during the show, she would just like come backstage, be like, hey girl, how's it going? Like, she's very sweet, very real. Yeah, that's my mother, actually. I came out of her womb, and so it's very nice to be Transjenifahs Gawdy Colby. She's just now finding out about it, but it's real.
I believe you. Believe women.
Thank you.
Well, and I always say I've seen a lot of drag queens and kings and things. I've seen a lot of queens from the show, but the two that stood out to me the most as like being able to truly like enthrall the entire room, like time stopped for the entire crowd, Sasha Colby and Mirage. They were like next level. If you get the chance to see Mirage, absolutely. That was like insane.
I thought you meant like when she entered Drag Race or like when she entered the Drag Race stage.
No.
I was like, oh,
no. When I saw them live, when I saw them in person. Yeah. So if you get a chance, see Sasha Colby and Mirage, and you might see Transjenifahs open up for Sasha as part of the house.
Maybe
Icon.
Mirage. Someone messaged Mirage too. I don't know.
Do we want to get into the challenge, the runway, all of the tea from this episode?
Yeah, I do.
Can we talk about RuPaul's look this week? What did you guys think of RuPaul's look?
Gorgeous.
That's my mother.
Gorgeous. Looks so good. The ginger hair, I love.
So good. I love the mesh glove with it. It's such a nice accent. That adds such a good detail. I love the mesh specifically. It's just
Did you see? I can't zoom in here, but Mira Mangle pointed this out. I saw it. This gold strip that starts at the top goes all the way up her middle finger, and she has a gold middle finger.
Oh, I did not see that.
It's so cunty. I will say, I wish she had an updo. I don't like the bob with this.
It's classic. You know, she has a million of these. She just picked one out, and she was like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
Delta's not there. They just threw some shit on her head.
She's a working woman. She's got a lot to handle. No.
What do we think about our guest judge, Dove Cameron? What did you get the look? What do you think about her as a judge?
She's so hot.
Her second or third time judging.
She's so hot.
Dove Cameron is my queen. I've seen all of her things. Unfortunately, I watched Disney Descendants. She is so incredible. Come on now. How are you your own twin? Don't play with me.
You're younger than us. We were not. We were already outgrown.
I also was outgrown. I just stayed in my house and I watched too many kids TV shows. So don't tell anyone. But I'm obsessed with Dove Cameron and I actually really like her music. I've performed a few of her songs and I performed the song that they lip sync to tonight. And so I was pretty gagged, like knowing all the words to it. But I'm obsessed with her. She's so fierce.
And you probably would have performed it a bit better than the people who did. So
well, don't ask the judges on Drag Duel, okay?
Oh no.
Moving on. We have our first group, the Studio 50 Whores, doing Funk Almighty. What did you think about this group in general?
I thought they were set up for success because like RuPaul loves disco. Disco's easy. I feel like everybody like knows and loves it. Like I think Jane Don't in the episode said like everyone has a disco outfit in their closet. We all have like a look that goes with this vibe. And so it feels like the most easy to do. And so I was excited for them, but I hated everything they did.
Yeah, this was a cringy from start to finish. I for those who don't know, I've said this before, I have a very like low cringe tolerance. As soon as like Athena like opened up her mouth, I was like, I can't do this. I was like watching it like on and off on mute. I was like, I cannot deal with this. This is so bad. But I was like, okay, it'll only go up from here, and it did. But yeah, this was rough. This was really, really bad.
The looks like don't even go together. They don't look like a group. They like are wearing completely different vibes. Dee and Darlene look like they're in one group, and then Athena and Mango are in another group.
But Mandy Mango looks like she borrowed someone else's outfit. Like her mug and her hair just doesn't match the grandeur of this like Eddie Couture outfit that she bought. Yeah.
I didn't notice it as much the first episode, but Mandy's makeup.
Rough boots. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mango.
Well, okay. So breaking
this whole
down,
team is not the team of mugs, though. This is not the team of face. This is the team of talent. Well, not even then.
Starting off with Athena Dion. The runway category was my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. Which is a fun way of saying favorite body part, which is giving very season 4, season 5 tease. And she chose her back. What did you guys think of Athena this week?
I thought that first was not good. And this look is fine. I didn't love it. I did not love this look. I think it's just like, sure, it shows off her back, but I'm like, I don't know. Something's off with her makeup. I'm not loving the vibe. And also, okay, my hot take, we'll get to it. She should have been in the bottom. She should have been in the bottom too.
I agree.
She should have been bottom too.
She had one of the worst verses. Her verse was literally, my name's Athena. I do drag. watch me run across the stage. Like, it's like, what? It was so, like, they were allergic to a beat, this group. They were allergic to a beat. They were allergic to a rhythm. And Athena was giving, like, dad at karaoke on the mic.
Yeah, and she's kind of responsible because she took charge of this group, and the other group members, like, said that she was kind of responsible for how this turned out.
What do you guys think of when you are actually in charge and someone else is asked the question, so who's in charge? And they say you, and then you are in the confessional saying, they threw me under the bus. It's like, or was she just telling the truth? Was she answering a question?
Oh my god.
Well,
yeah. It goes to say cold case for me. Cold, freezing cold, ice cold, boo, sad.
I lived. I mean, she has good looks, beautiful gowns. I think she so consistently looks like good. It's just good drag. But her performance in the challenge was such a flop that, yeah, no, I wouldn't put her in the bottom two. Okay, but she ain't doing hot. Okay. For me, let's open it. Okay. There are some further files that need to be found. Okay.
The kind and benevolent Transjenifahs Gawdy.
Congeniality of season 3 of Drag Duel.
Congeniality of season 3. Savior of the nation of Greece.
I want to go to Mykonos.
You're just trying to get your trip, bitch. When I see this look, it's very Chanel to me. This is a very like Chanel coded look. I think she always looks really good. I really do enjoy the runway. I liked it, but like the challenge was so bad. And for someone who is as like seasoned as Athena to not excel in a girl group, I'm like, suspect.
She's used to filming the girl groups, okay? She's the Kris Jenner. She's not.
She's filming Juicy on stage.
She is so Kris Jenner. Oh my god, she's like so Kris Jenner coded.
Stop. I'm giving her a cold case, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Athena. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
It's icy.
Up next we have one of our bottom. I just looked at the runway. One of our bottom two, Mandy Mango. What did we think about Mandy this week?
Crazy. The screen grabs you chose are actually diabolical.
Derek's homophobic anyway.
No, there aren't official photos up, so I'm pulling from a video. I'm taking screen grabs from a video.
Thank you for your service. We appreciate it.
I love her energy. I like the beat. This runway I actually did enjoy. I think if the skirt was in the same fabric as the top, I think it's really cute and funny. I don't know why she was just like mask for mask twink on the back. I think that was really random and she didn't need that part. But that was cute. But like I said, the hair and the makeup, it just doesn't match the level of drag I think everything else is giving. And the performance was rough. Speaking of toddlers in grocery stores dancing around. Okay, love you, Shafrania. Shout out my queen. This was terrible. So for me, this case is iced out. Okay.
A lot of people are saying she did not deserve to be in the bottom.
That's crazy.
I disagree. I think this is a bottom worthy situation. I did not love this runway. Like the idea is cute. I just think if you're doing a body part runway, like I don't know. This is not the direction that I would think of necessarily, and I do think like maybe it would have worked better if the skirt was like the same color as like the table or whatever. Because like I don't know, she came out and I was like, what is this? Like this is crazy. And the makeup is unfortunate. I do think like she did bring some energy to her girl group, but also like I get what people are saying that like, oh, okay, like maybe like the whole group was bad, so it's hard to be like, you know, this verse was like that much worse than, but like her verse was bad. It like, didn't she go like yummy in my tummy? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So like, yeah, cool. She did some energy and like she like, you know, she brought the energy more compared to the rest of her group, but like what she did was not great. So unfortunately, she seems so lovely, and I do love that she got her little chance to shine in the lip sync later, which we'll talk about. Like, lovely girl, just cold case for me. What about you, Derek?
You know how people say like Jan gives way too much sometimes? I think she was giving even more than Jan ever did. Like it was like did a line of coke and then immediately hopped on stage. Like a crazy energy. Like it was just very mismatched because, and I understand that critique that the judges gave because everyone else was very like, I think Dee had a lot of energy. Darlene had a lot of energy. Athena was like, you know, pretty low key, but Mandy was like so much bigger, trying to like outshine the others. I don't know if that was her intention, but that's what it came across as. That like it was just too much. And I love the idea of this runway, but I'm gonna say it. This is one of my least favorite looks I've seen in a very long time. In a very long time.
Derek hates mangoes.
It just doesn't work. I love mangoes, and my sister's name is Mandy. But like,
oh wow,
I can't. This is a cold, freezing cold case. I'm so sorry, Mango.
She kind of gives me like a mandatory meeting, you know. But if a mandatory meeting had a like post FFS a mandatory meeting.
Okay. I would, yes, this look is very much the like bird's nest, where it's like, I see where you were going, but like, no. And when the trinkets start flying through the air, when she takes it off.
the clanging on the runway was so nasty to hear.
Really trinkets are shattering everywhere.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Sorry, Mandy. Up next, we have Darlene Mitchell. What do we think about Darlene? Oh, Transjenifahs, do you have thoughts?
Well, I know a lot of people online were living for Darlene. I hated this. I did not like her verse. I laughed a little bit at like the you know, prolonged note, but I do think it was kind of a waste because they don't often give girls so much time for their verses. So I thought it was nice that girls got so much time for their verses. So for you to waste it with like this bit that's taking up half of your verse, it wasn't the biggest payoff for me. Her look in the challenge and on the runway are things you could acquire at any mall. And so I'm like, I'm not gagging personally.
Even the plastic burgers?
Literally. From the doggy section, okay? So I personally don't love it, but I love her attitude, and I think she's going to bring something to the comedy portions. That will be fun. But yeah, no, I thought she was going to be in the bottom, honestly.
Yeah, I love her. I adore her. I really, really do. This episode like really endeared me to her. I have a weird thing with this runway where every time I see it, I'm like, I like I'll see it sometimes and I'm like, I love this, and I'll see it other times and I'm like, I hate this. I think today I'm just looking at it. It is like the idea is so fun and like so camp, and I love that she's like a little trash goblin, and like that's what this is a reference to. I just do think like it's camp, but it's still not very aesthetically pleasing. I do think at least she was trying to do something funny with her verse. Like it was just something like that was more interesting than like what everybody else was doing, and she just looks so happy to be there. Like this might be a personal bias. I'm gonna give her an open case because I feel like at least she tried. Like I feel like the other people in the group, like I don't know, like Athena and Dee in their own way, I feel like he didn't even like try to do anything interesting, and at least she did. So I'm gonna give her an open, I think. What about you, Derek?
I will be the one. I'm obsessed with this bitch, and I love everything she did this week. And I'm not sorry.
We have the whole spectrum. This is excellent.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny. The like, like that was so funny. I will say the verse before that was not good, but like she had a moment, and I can't remember anything else that anyone else did in that challenge in that group except for her. And I love the runway. I love this runway. I think it is so stupid. I think it is so silly. And it totally fits the like trash vibe that she's going for. The cockroaches in her hair. I don't care. I love it.
So if Transjenifahs came out in this for a drag duel,
literally.
I would be like, you're the winner of this week's challenge. Now, can I say that every other judge would say the same? No. But for me,
yeah, okay. I will defend Derek as someone who like is in the peripheral of the drag duel judging discussions. Derek does go for like stuff like this more than the other judges do. So I'm just messing with you.
So if Derek likes you, you have bad drag. That's what the moral of the story
is. And Transjenifahs, you are my favorite. I'm giving her a close case. I don't fucking care.
Wow. Love.
Wow.
And lastly from this group, we have our dearly departed, our pork chop of the season, Miss Dee Fuego. What did we think about Dee?
I know your material is limited, but you hate her based on this screenshot.
No, literally.
My God. It's a chop. I don't know. It's just bad. The verse was bad. I did not love the runway either. I like the concept, but I also think like she was trying to show off her legs. Her legs look good, but also this tulle thing, I feel like it's so distracting that it takes away from her legs. You know, like, I almost wish she would have worn nothing. Like to be like, my legs are beautiful instead of this big like tutu thing going on.
Or like on a Katya or a Violet and just naked.
I would have loved to see somebody go down naked for this runway. I think that would be cunt. And I was hoping for that. That did not happen, but that's okay. Yeah, this was not good. Cold kiss for Miss Fuego, unfortunately. So sad.
I'm sad for her because I was rooting for her and I know she has like all of the components there to be something really like spectacular. Like I thought she could have been top 4. But the looks really just brought her down so much this episode. Her look in the challenge was not good. It was very mall drag. And then the look in the actual runway was very bad. I think if she had the boa, but just like was naked under the boa, that would have been like a cute kind of reveal. But the reveal to this ill-fitting bodysuit was so atrocious. And yeah, I don't know. It didn't stand out, you know? It wasn't anything that I was going to write home about. And so I understood everything that happened. But my case is open. Okay, I'm examining still. And there's some more research to be done on this diva.
I find her so amusing and so lovely, and I'm so sad she went home first. Kayla, actually, we guessed preseason who we thought was going to be first out. I said Mandy Mango, and Kayla said Didi Fuego, and Kayla was correct.
Oh, wow. I was correct.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't even know I said that. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm sad. I think she added a lot to the season. I think she would have like gotten into it with people. And like, no shade, but like of the two in the bottom, I was rooting for Didi. I was like, please win this lip sync. So I'm sad, but it's a cold case. She had some fun dance moves. Like she was doing some fun shuffles across the stage, but like I almost wish she like did her verse in Spanish or something, like just to like stand out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't get over this photo of her on the left.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Didi Fuego. Up and next, we have our next group. We have Glam, and they have the song Go, Go, Go. What did you guys think about this group?
I did not care for this one either, honestly. I think what it was for me is like the empowerment. Like production must have told them like you have to make it empowering. You have to make it about like uplifting, because I don't know, these themes of like empowerment felt very flat to me. It felt very like corny and not in a good way. I think the only person that stood out for me was Mia Starr. She was like the only person I was like, oh, you got this. Everyone else, it was meh.
I agree. Yeah, I did not. I guess. Yeah, that brings up an interesting point of like all of them had this sort of like empowerment theme verse. And I just don't respond to that as much as I do like but it's like they got the cute little corny like pop, so I get it, but I think the standout here was Mia. I'm actually really happy, we'll talk about it obviously, that they put her in the top, because I thought like from the moment she came, I was like, oh, you understand what's supposed to be done here. You have great stage presence. She also, I think, like in Untucked, they said that she choreographed the whole thing, and this was the group I think that moved the best collectively. Like they were all kind of in time. Everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing. Verse wise wasn't as impressive, but I think they all look cute, and I think they all fit the vibe. And I'm happy for Mia. Love Mia.
I will continue to be the contrarian. This was my favorite overall group.
Really?
I think that my favorite performances of the night were in the punk group, maybe, but I think there was an inconsistent group. There was half that worked for me and half that didn't. I think all 5 of them did well. I think Nini's verse obviously wasn't what it could have been, but I thoroughly enjoyed all 5 of their performances. I thought they all did really, really well. And if I had to like give like a win to a team, I would have been this team for me.
I guess that makes sense, given you, like I said, like they all moved together collectively very well, and you definitely can't say that about the other 2 groups.
Yeah. So let's get into this group with Mikey Meeks. What do we think about her runway, this leg runway?
I'm so obsessed with her. This is genius. This is drag mama. Like, it's so funny. It's simple. It tells you so much about her and her brain. And then when you reveal to it being like the same thing that you had on the photo shoot on the poster billboard, it's just like it adds that extra level of funny and cunt. I love her. And her verse was very meh, but this runway turned me out so hard. Okay, burn the case alive. The case is on fire now. Okay, the case is gone for. It's out of existence.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I like her runway a lot. I thought it was a really cute take on the theme, and it was like one of the only ones I remembered like going back. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember like Mikey with the sign. I think her hair looks great. I think she's I think she's really hot in drag. Like I've said this before to Derek. I think I forget. It might have been Plain Jane where I was like, I'm attracted to you like when you're in drag, and I think I feel this about Mikey Meeks, and I don't know what that says about me. It says, you know what? It says I love cunt bitches, whatever. And I think her verse was not the best, but like again, I just think that they had a real challenge with this like song. And given that, I think she did well, so I will give her a closed case.
I appreciated that she sang, and I thought her voice sounded really nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything she said, but I remember liking her movements. You know, she was like, she kind of had the bridge. And it like she really made it like a moment. And I think I love a bitch who's not afraid of a bang. I love a bang. And
Yeah.
she ate these bangs up. The Peg Bundy, but make it black hair and of the runway. Like it's just I love her. And I'm waiting for her breakout moment still, but I'm hoping it's next week because next week is comedy and that feels like her specialty. I want her to have a moment because she might be my favorite.
Yeah. Love her.
Close case. Up and next, we have Sierra Mist. One of the 2 Bob Mackie Carol Burnett show looks of the night. Transjennifer, what do you think about Sierra?
I hated this verse with every single bone in my body. I genuinely, if I was there, I would have pulled out a gun and just started blasting. It irritated me from like the second I started hearing it to the second it got done. I was like, this is so annoying. You are insufferable. It gave me Utica vibes. It gave me just like kooky, quirky, I want to be weird, but like not in a genuine way, which is so sad because I'm so in love with this diva. And I actually think her runway was the best of the night. It was so good. This Carol Burnett with her signature eye makeup, you could tell it was her eyes all over it. It was so grand and like dragified. It's so funny because yeah, I hated her challenge so bad, but her runway was the best for me.
What does that calculate to in case?
Oh, it's cold. It's cold. I'm sorry. I can't. It can't be revived.
Not you coming for our guest from last week.
Listen, she ain't a writer. She's a sewer, okay? And I know what that's like.
I really liked this runway. I thought it was really cute, really fun. I feel like everybody like everybody's like living for this runway. I feel like I liked it. I feel like I don't love it as much as other people do, but I do love the reference. I think she looks so cute and so fun. I think this verse was all right. It wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my least favorite. I think she definitely like she leaned into the like empowerment thing, and I get that because that's her vibe. I'll give her a closed, I guess. Yeah, I'll give her a closed. Derek is about to spread so much love and be the contrarian and talk about how he loves women so much. I can already tell.
Transjennifer, we have very different opinions on drag, I think.
This is also just in the context of Drag Duel, this is explaining so much.
But okay, in the episode that you were in the bottom 2 with the lip syncs, I did vote for you. You saw, I voted for you in both of those. But I loved this. I loved how stupid the verse was, and it felt like she was so leaning into that like campy, stupid, like 80s vibes. And I thought she looked cunty. I love this runway. This is my favorite runway of the week as well. I live for everything this bitch does. I live for everything. I am giving her a closed case, and I want to personally apologize on behalf of the Rigged Recap to Sierra Mist for Transjenifahs Gawdy's opinion.
I do think like the fact I think she's gonna be one of those queens who just like who gets paid dust. Like not even just based on this. I just feel like I'm getting that vibe. I'm like she's gonna just be like a middling kind of like fade away disappearance, and that sucks because I do think she's like a little bit more unique than some other people. So
I agree with you. I think next week is a make or break week for a lot of people. Like a lot of this cast.
Yeah. Again, homophobic screenshots. My God.
I was trying so hard. Not really. I was kind of lazy. Up next we have Mia Starr, who was in the top this week. What do we think about Mia?
I love
Mamma
her.
Mia, my
Yeah.
queen. She turned it out. I could tell just when the verse ended, I was like, you ate this. You could tell when people know what the challenge is supposed to be and what it's supposed to give. And you could tell she just ate it up. The runway was fine. I agreed with the judges. I think the face covering, I didn't realize she had makeup on until Untucked. And then I was like, oh, you did a full face of makeup under there. Good for you, girl. Because I thought she just, called it a day. But the runway was cute, but it wasn't my favorite. Open. I'm opening the case.
This episode endeared me to her so much. I love her. I think this her group look is the prettiest she's looked so far. I think she looked gorgeous. I think she's just such a captivating performer. Gave what she was supposed to give. Also, again, choreographed this number. Took control. She was like, okay, I'm the dancer. I wish I loved this runway. I wanted to love it because I just I love her, and I'm I am the Mia Starr champion currently, but I just it was a cool concept. I don't know. I wish she's somebody who could have pulled off a focus on her ass or something, and it would have been really good if it was kind of polished and edited down. And I feel like that could have even put her over the edge for the win. But I don't like this runway. That being said, though, I am gonna give her a closed case. I am the president of the Mia Starr fan club. And I also love it. And Untucked, she was so just chill and supportive and and I just really like her personality. I feel like Athena could almost take notes from her in terms of how to behave as an older, kind of more seasoned queen on a cast.
Absolutely.
We love you, Mia Starr. You go.
You can tell that she is so professional, based on all of the expertise that she's gotten with, working with so many huge celebrities. I don't mind the runway. Would it maybe have been better seeing her face? Maybe, but I'm not super mad at it. I think it's cute. And I think she was obviously the star of her. But it didn't feel like Athena where she was fighting for it. She just has that star quality. And I love a bitch that pads like this. I love a bitch that needs to turn to the side to get through a door frame. That's what I love in a drag queen. So she's getting a close case for me. Up next, we have Kenya Please Her out of the bottom and into the safe this week. This runway has been very controversial. Some people love it and some people hate it. What do we feel?
Those shake and go sheets, mama, I can't.
Famously, as Daniel Franzese said to Transjenifahs on Drag Duel Season 3.
Oh, no, I actually live for Kenya. I thought she did really good in the challenge. She was definitely someone I thought did better than everyone else. But the runway I did not live for. This was not my fave. I think just the fabric coming directly out of her butthole was crazy for me. That was just the craziest part. From the front, it looks good, but from the back, I was just immediately taken out of it. But I love Kenya, and I'm rooting for her so hard. Okay, so it's open. I'm opening it, and I'm reviewing.
Yeah, open case for me as well. I liked her performance. I also like that she kind of had some physical comedy moments in the when I forget who it was. I think it might have been somebody slapped her. It was a mime slap.
Yeah.
And she took that. She's a team player. I think she has good stage presence. This runway, yeah, I don't love the butthole ghost. I also just think that if it's a your favorite body part runway, wasn't her everything? She's showing off her everything.
Yeah, I think it was her whole body.
Yeah, it's it's not really, because it's okay, you can say that and then come out naked, But if you're gonna say that and then not come out naked, then I don't know. Pick a body part. That's my take. Open case.
My issue with the runway is I don't think it photographs well. I think it looked way better in motion than it does in this photo. The tits are too high. I think they needed to come down just a little bit. The flying squirrel of it all, I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. It's not my favorite look, but I don't hate it. I think it was really silly. And I thought she was a great performer. I was watching her a lot when she wasn't the star of it, and she knew every move. She had charisma the entire time. She is a performer. I'm giving her a close case. I love her so much. And lastly from this group, barely made it out alive because she lost her voice from the screaming challenge the week prior. We have Nini Coco, last week's winner. Huge presence again in this episode, which makes me think she's going to be a main character this season. What do we think about her performance?
Poor diva. I was like, did they try to set her up? Why have a screaming challenge and then immediately do like a singing challenge? I feel like they wanted somebody to fall. But I think she did really good. She killed it. Like I wouldn't have been able to tell she would have been sick unless I'd saw the footage. So it was really cute. I thought the look in the challenge was meh, but the look on the runway and the fact that she made that, knowing how much work went into that, Gawdy boots. She is honestly like one of my favorite designers of the season. So I'm excited to see what else she brings. But this runway is fierce. The case is closed. Okay, she's shutting it down, James Brown.
Yeah, I like this verse a lot. Given that like that she had to, you know, like deal with her voice being gone, which like you said is crazy that they did a challenge where they were like, scream as loud as you can. We're gonna put you in a recording booth. Like, goddamn. They hate these hoes, and that's just unfortunate. But yeah, I think she did well given what she, you know, had to deal with. I love this runway. This is my favorite runway of the episode. Actually, there's one other runway that I like just as much as this, but this one I think edges it out for me because it's like if you're not gonna do like, you know, the body gag and like do something that's like very clearly like, you know, your ass out or like focus on something, like doing this is like really smart and like a really cool interpretation of it that I feel like I preferred more than some other interpretations. I love this look. I'm gonna give her a closed case.
Yeah, I mean, picking your brain and then having a fully rhinestone brain, that's so cunty. I hated her verse, but it's not her fault. And I thought she performed well. I thought that like you could tell she was really trying to like make up for like what she was lacking in the verse, like in the performance. Like she was even doing like the sax number and stuff. And I thought she did really well this week given the circumstances. So I will give her a closed case. Lastly, we have the Tucked Aways. They had the song Cherries. What did we think about this group as a whole?
I don't know. I think like punk gives you an edge because you have a built-in like camp factor almost, and like, you know, like when in doubt, you can just like scream something, it'll be funny, you know, or like be super aggressive. And we've seen that with like other similar challenges to this, like in other spin-offs of the show. Like, you know, I just feel like I feel like this everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing here. Was the execution like 100% across the board for everybody? No, I don't think so. But like everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing. The looks all look good. I had a lot of fun with this group.
This one was like not super consistent to me. Like it was just like I feel like the people that did well did really, really well, but like people like Juicy, like they just didn't fit the vibe.
You don't think Juicy did well? I think Juicy did well.
Why are you doing ballet moves to a punk song, Diva? Why are we doing dips, like very well done dips to a punk song? And I hated a verse, but we'll get there. We'll get.
Wow, I disagree with that already. Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's just start with Juicy. What did you think, Kayla?
I really liked Juicy's performance and her look. I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought like, yeah, it's not giving like the most like punk energy, but I think she's just a really captivating performer, and I liked her verse. I thought that they were gonna put Juicy in the top over Mia. Because it just seems she's a bit more of like a character. And like this would have been a moment to like highlight her, especially in like contrast to Athena. I'm glad they put Mia in the top. I think Mia did way better. But I don't know. I like this verse. I like this outfit. I think the concept is kind of cool and different. Closed case for me.
To me, I feel like she would have done the same performance to any of the 3 songs that she got. Like it would have been the same thing.
Probably.
Yeah. I think she added a lot as like a background character to everyone else's verses when she was doing like the flips and with Jane Don't later, you know, like I thought it was very funny the way she added with everyone else, but her own verse, it was a little, it was out of place. You could tell she was just doing what she wanted to do, not necessarily like something she thought would be punk. But she tore that runway to shreds. Seriously, like it was so smart and well done and grand. Like she ticked off every single box you'd want for a Drag Race runway. So I'm obsessed with the runway. I think the case is closed. She's killing it.
I love that she's like, I'm showing off this one leg, and I'm gonna have like
the one.
a forced Angelina, basically. I guess I'll give her an open because I really do like her runway, but I just was very like, I don't love it when a queen is really good at what they do, but they're not able to like shift it into other places. Like, we all know you're going to have 10 opportunities to like dance the house down the way that you dance. Like, we're asking you to be punk. But I did like that, like, her leg was like Discord's guitar, and then she fell into a split. Like, she definitely had like cunty moments. I just didn't think she matched the vibe. So I'll give her an open. Up and next, we have the queen on everyone's lips, Discord Adams. What did we think about Discord?
That's my black queen right there. That is my black queen. I lived, bitch. I'm obsessed. I actually thought her verse was really good. I thought it was very like funny. The way she was drumming on the people's backs was like a very cute gag, especially because she's not a dancer. So I thought it was very cute to like incorporate that. Her runway was fine. If you didn't tell me what the category was, I would have never guessed it. But like the runway in and of itself is really good. And the wig was love that wig. That wig really sold it for me. So for me, the case is open just because you're a white man and I'll never give you your 10s. But she did good.
What was the body part she was showing off? I don't remember. Her legs?
I don't remember. I think it was legs, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember her body part either. I thought she was gonna do way worse considering that, like, I don't know, she's clearly not a dancer, but like it worked in her favor that she had the punk energy. I do not love this runway. I think the thing that's kind of putting me off about it is like it's bunched up kind of here, and I feel like that is like throwing me off about it. The back is cool. I like that it's like a thong in the back. I think that's fun.
It was her ass. She was showing off her ass.
Yeah. Oh, was it her ass?
Yup.
That's
why I like the crack.
I
like
don't even remember that.
Yeah. I mean that, and like also I think she did well, all things considered. I guess I will give her a close by that logic. Also, like the fact that she was safe 2 weeks in a row, so nobody can address the walk is hilarious.
The walk. They fully cut the runway music, and you just hear the footsteps. It's like in those videos where it's like, what if this music video had like real sound effects to it?
Yes.
And
it's funny because I heard from like some of the previous contestants and stuff that like they do 2 walks, one just like silent and then one where the judges are actually like saying quips and stuff. And I wonder if it is just like Rue and Michelle, like while she's silently walking, be like, bitch, what the fuck is going on here?
What is that walk?
No, literally. And how did Discord not hear that or like pick up on it?
It's the craziest walk we've ever had on the show.
Yeah, has to be. Beats Kim Cheese, in fact. Which is kind of crazy.
And the face that she was making in this, she was like, she was like walking, she's like,
yeah,
and I'm like, oh. She's not a modeler. She's definitely not a modeler. I liked her in the performance, but I will say that like she definitely got lost after her verse. Like, I was not really ever looking at her in the background, the opposite of like a Kenya. And this runway, everything I hated about her promos, I have the same critiques for. It's bunchy, it looks heavy, it feels like it's like dragging her down. And it's kind of undiscernible, some of the like details going on in the center. So I'm giving her a cold piece overall, but I don't think she was terrible. I don't know. I'm not sold. We're disagreeing a lot this episode.
Yeah, Derek, this is the most that we've like ever disagreed.
We're disagreeing a lot.
This season's gonna be interesting.
Up next, we have the diva, the mother herself, Vita Von T Star.
I like that this photo is just of her jerking off, I guess. Not Vita gooning. That's crazy.
Smokey and Vita forever are Gooner queens.
Gooner queens. We love.
This was fun. I really liked Vita's runway. I thought it was like very smart and well done to have something so like minimalistic but still like high impact. Like you got exactly the vibe it was, even though it was a corset bra and panty, but the actual challenge, I don't think she was as punk as she led us to believe she was going to be, which made me a little sad. Like it was definitely punk, but it was like drag race punk. It wasn't giving me like real screaming. And also that wig, I didn't love the hair she chose for the challenge. I was like, is it going to come off at any second? Like it seemed loosely attached. But it's an open case for me. I'm inspecting.
Yeah, I think she did okay in the challenge. Her verse, it was a little choppy at points. Like it wasn't like, it was just a little awkward, I think, in the way that it was like phrased. I love this runway. This and Nini, my favorite runway. I just was waiting for somebody to be like, I'm gonna show my ass and it's gonna look great. I think her body looks great. I love the details. I love sort of like the high fashion element with like the long hair and the headpiece. Like I love this. So I'm gonna give her a close. What about you, Derek?
She's one of the few that have done well and stood out both weeks for me. I think she has so much energy. She has so much like charisma on the stage. And you can tell this wasn't like her field really, but she still was like giving the energy that needed to be given. And I love this runway. Like, could she maybe have like lifted up the hat just a little, give a little peekaboo maybe, but like,
I
think
loved
it's
it. I love the mystery of no face.
The mystique of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll give her a close case. Absolutely. Up next, we have the winner of this challenge, Miss Jane Don't. What do we think about Jane?
This turned me out so hard. She's so funny. This is drag, capital DRAG, mama. Like, I lived for it. This was my second favorite runway of the night. I do think Sierra's was just like a little bit more well done or just more unique in its take. But this was so good, so funny, all of it. Like, she's just, you could tell she's a very smart cookie. And the fact that she looks this good while being so smart and funny, I'm like, girl, what can't you do? I think she's one to look at to like win this whole season. So yeah, no, the case is shut, burnt down. It's left at the warehouse. Okay.
I think she did so well in this challenge and also so well and has been doing well in general is because like she is like a UK queen if a UK queen was American. Like this was so, the way that like she did this first was so UK and it was so smart. It was so smart. Like if you're not gonna go, I think like the super cunty, like which she isn't, like she's more of a comedian, lean into that strength. And I think it was perfect. Like the way that she embodied it, I think was great. I like this runway. I think it's good. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. And I will give her a close kiss.
I love the crushed black velvet. I think that it like makes everything else pop so much. Like would not change a single thing on this runway. Even the tongue stud. Like love. And she was clearly, I think, the best in the challenge. I would give her an absolute close case. And we can get into it when we get to the judging, but I wish there was another person in the top only because it was so clear who was winning. Like it was so clear.
Yeah.
There was no like hiding who was going to win it. But last we have Briar Blush. How do we feel like she did this week?
I want to root for her so badly. I want to, because it's like you have all the things. You're so funny. You're so kind. You have the mug. But I was not into it this week. I, like Bianca said, I wish she would have done the middle finger. I think that would have been so much funnier and more clever. Like just having your single finger out. It just gave me like, oh, I had this really cunty look and I'm going to cut the finger off and I'm going to use that for my runway, you know, versus like I have a custom runway made for this challenge. And her challenge was perfectly fine. It gave me like, I opened up a thesaurus and like, I'm going to just write down some stuff. But I wasn't terribly mad at it. So, I mean, I'm rooting for her. So I'm going to keep the case open.
Yeah, I agree. I did not love this runway. Like, I just was like, okay, I just feel like it's funny, but I'm like, I don't know. I didn't love the concept of it. And then this performance, I think was just very like, I don't know. It was middle of the road for me. So I guess I'll give her an open case. What about you, Derek?
She looked way better than she performed. Like she looked like she was going to shut it down. And then it was fine. Like the first half, I didn't really like. When she was on the floor, she looked hot. You know, I was like, okay, work. The runway, I was a fan of the kitschiness. I wasn't a fan of the actual look. I think black is really, really hard to pull off, like a plain black look, because it just doesn't photograph that well. And I think it needed something to break it up. Like imagine she has some kind of like maybe a red corset to like tie into the red finger, like something to just break up the black, I think would have just added something to just make it pop, because it's just a lot of like, okay, it's a black bodysuit. Cool.
Yeah.
Like work. So I'll give her an open as well. But I have high hopes for her. I'm just like, so far she's yet to do anything that's really excited me. We are only 2 weeks in, but Jane Don't and Mia Starr are in the top 2. Jane wins the challenge, and we have a bottom 2 of Mandy Mango and Didi Fuego. We have to ask a question: is it rigged? I know, it's like a voice from the heavens coming down.
God, Satan. I'm just kidding.
I think Athena. I said this before. I think Athena should have been bottom, and I think it would have been like I don't know. I just think it would have been really good TV if she was in the bottom. But like she's like one of their like main characters of this season, so they're not putting her in the bottom. But I think it would have been really cunty if she was in the bottom. I think it would have been crazy if she was first to limb. I don't think they were going to do that either way if she was in the bottom. This is fine though. Like this is very much like this is a sacrificial like first ep lip sync. You know. Felt very sacrificial lamb coded, like we're not losing much if we lose either of these people, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think it definitely like it came down to just who performed better because I don't think anyone was really expecting too much from either of these girls. And so I think no tea, that's no shade to my girls.
Transjenifahs.
I know, I'm so nice always. So
but that's why we invited you, is because you're so nice.
Exactly, sweethearts only. I saw y'all had Dantasia, okay? But no, I think it was just like whoever performed better, and then barely by the skin of her teeth, Mandy Mango I think performed better, but she just did more. I don't think she performed better. She just like showed more, whereas Didi was, girl, she was just a dead fish on stage.
Dare I say it? This is a double elimination worthy lip sync for me.
Did you not see the 10 different dips, Mama? Did you not see her break her head open?
Did you not see the trinkets flinging through the air and shattering on the stage? Did you not see her wig get torn from her scalp?
Yeah, this is the only drag queen who might get like CTE from like just death dropping completely wrong. Every time she hit the ground, I was like, oh my fucking god. Like I was literally concerned for her because her head actually hit like every time. I was like, oh my, like it's not worth, I don't know, it's not worth permanent brain damage, girl, you know? I do think it was, I don't think it should have been double limb. I think Mandy did enough to warrant. The one dip she did on beat was great. She had like, one Mandy, that was really good.
I'm like, pick a struggle. Like, I mean, she didn't do well the first episode.
Not pick a struggle.
She didn't do well in this episode, and she didn't do well in the lip sync. I'm just like, I would much rather have like a double save later with two divas I really, really like than these two.
You were so mean to her. She's just a baby. She's.
I really enjoy. I think she seems very, very nice, but I mean, Transjenifahs, back me up here. Come on.
Listen, I did not think she was going to be able to get out of that runway outfit. I thought she was going to be waddling like a penguin on stage. She got out of the runway outfit, even if it took the wig off. I was like, you know what, girl? I'm glad you had a plan and you hit it, okay? Is she going to win the whole season? You know, probably not. But I'm glad she gets another week.
So I'm the villain. Is what I'm hearing.
That was always the case, Mary.
I also I also think that like Didi Fuego, she posted on Twitter and she was like, one day I'll tell the story of why I couldn't take the boa off, which like the boa was hindering her, but it's like, why is that like a story you can't tell now?
Just tell us. It's like when a queen is like, I know a certain someone who voted for Donald Trump, but I cannot. Just tell us. Don't say anything if you can't tell us.
Yeah, that was like weird. Yeah, I do think it was a little odd that she like, I don't know, I just feel like she really did not give much energy. Like,
no.
You know?
I feel like something went wrong. There was some kind of like
wardrobe
malfunction.
Onto it.
I'm sad. I really liked Didi, especially in the confessional, and I feel like she would have fought a bitch. Like I could see her fighting a bitch. And so I'm sad that she is our pork chop.
I agree. I think she brought so much to the competition. She's somebody I followed before even she had gotten on to Drag Race. Like she's very funny, very social media diva. And so I had a lot of expectations for her, and I'm sad that she did not get to shine as bright as I know she could have.
Yeah, unfortunate way to go out. And I think our TV will be a little less dramatic. She was even this episode got into a little bit. Like I just think Mandy's like such a sweet little cinnamon bun that it's like, you know, I don't know.
She's a lamb to the slaughter.
Yeah, she's just like a little baby, and I feel so bad. But Derek hates her, so
no, I don't hate her. I don't hate anybody.
Notice how his voice went up 5 octaves when he said that? Mandy, your days are numbered, okay?
You watch too much Pretty Little Liars.
wow.
Okay, important question. If you could add one more person to the top to make it a top 3, who would you have chosen? Why?
Maybe Juicy. I don't know. I like
Juicy.
Yeah, I like Juicy's runway and I like her verse. I'm sticking to my truth.
Stick to your truth.
Sticking to my truth. And a lot of people said that, not just me. Sticking to my truth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Derek. I do think Juicy probably would have been my other top just because her runway turned so hard. And I think like no one else had a spectacular verse. And so I would just base it off who had like the 3rd best runway. And she turned me out.
I know y'all are going to hate me for this. I think I would pick Sierra Vista.
You keep doing that.
I did it on my story the other day.
You want her to be on season 4 so bad.
Oh my God, Derek.
You're welcome for the free publicity, Sierra Vista. Sierra Mist. I would have put Sierra Mist in the top.
That's crazy. You're crazy. That's a crazy opinion.
But what do we think about this episode overall? Are we like more into the season? Are we less into the season?
I thought episode 1 was better. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. Honestly, episode 1. Well, based off of the quality of drag they have produced, I will say like it's still very attainable drag. I don't think anybody has brought in like a Nymphia Wind caliber look that has like gagged or been like out of the ballpark. And also the main challenges have been pretty like middle of the road too. So I'm still kind of on the fence about this season, but I think there are some gems cooking. Okay.
Trans, for your All-Stars audition, you have 3 weeks to recreate Sierra Mist's runway look.
For all winners, right? For her.
Well,
release the tapes. I'm just kidding.
Next week is RDR Live. I know some people don't like this. I love this challenge. I love RDR Live. I'm so excited. And I think it's really going to kind of show us who has what it takes. Because a lot of the queens have kind of just been middling. And this is a challenge that forces you to really like sink or swim.
I'm excited. It's going to be
Who are y'all rooting for? Who are y'all's picks to win so far?
Mikey Meeks or Nene Coco.
Okay, word.
Vita Von T-Star.
Yeah, Vita up there too. For sure.
Okay. I love you, Kenya.
And
yes,
Kenya
too.
That's my 4. That's my top 4. That's
yeah, I love
Kenya
4. As well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I would switch Nene and put Sierra in my top 4. But I love Nene. Why are you shocked?
So
are you saying
sorry.
That Sierra...
You think Sierra deserves to be top 4 over Nene?
I can have a favorite.
I'm sorry, Nene. I'm so sorry.
I can have a
bob-headed ass bitch would ever say some shit like that about you, okay? Gag it.
I stand the divas who vocal cords can go through a mini challenge and not quiver.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
She
said Nene built different. That's crazy.
Sierra would never. I love Nene. I think she's like 5th place. And then Sierra like makes it to the... That's just me. Everything that happened on Drag Duel season 3, I feel like Transjenifah, it's all making sense to her now.
Oh yeah, when I get on that Patreon trust, your ass is dust. Okay.
I'm about to start a Patreon insurrection against Derek.
No more.
Not another one.
Transjenifah, thank you so much for being here.
Goodness, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me cut up and share the kind words that are in my heart. Because you know they're always there, okay?
Very deep down.
Where can the people find you, Transjenifah? Where can they find you? Where can they keep up with you?
Do you want to find me? Just type in transsexual on Google. I'm just kidding. I am at Transjenifah on all social medias and Venmo. So clock into that social media.
Tip her.
But I am going to be doing all the fun drag stuff. I have so many fun, amazing looks planned, and I'm entering a new drag competition. So I'm about to get down and dirty again. Okay, so if you want a little insider tea on that, I might just be making some more content coming up soon. So get on the transsexual medias at Transjenifahs and get it popping. Okay.
If you don't feel like learning how to spell it, it will be linked in the description of this.
If you just try your best, you'll get close because there's not a lot of us, okay? I know it sounds like there's a lot of Transjenifahs going around, but there's not that many.
Kayla, what is going on in your life and where can the people find you?
That's a great question. You can find me at Kayla Says on YouTube.com. I make YouTube videos. They are not about Drag Race. This is coming out. This episode's coming out tomorrow, as is a new episode of Kayla Says that I have coming out about Bowen Yang and the Las Culturistas.
Oh,
drama.
shit.
So that episode will probably be out at the same time as this episode. You can also follow me on Twitter at Kayla Says More. I tweet mostly about hockey, less about anything else. And on Instagram at Kayla_Rosa. Derek, where can the people find you and what do you have going on?
You can find me everywhere at The Drag Detective, and I have a video coming out on, we'll say Wednesday. It's coming out this week, and I'm excited about it. So you can also find the Rigged Recap on YouTube now if you're currently listening on Spotify. We have a video version on our YouTube channel, The Rigged Recap. And make sure you subscribe and follow along because we're already about to be what's it called when you make money on YouTube?
Partnered? Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, we're about to be partnered already. So thank you to everyone who's watched
really?
already.
Wait,
we're about to be raking in the coins.
That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know that was happening. Good for us.
Yeah. So thank you everybody so much for watching on YouTube. We appreciate it. And we will catch you next week with maybe not a guest, right?
I don't remember. We'll figure it out.
You'll see
us here.
It'll be us. There might be someone else. But thank you all so much for listening. And we'll catch you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.